It's estimated that 40% of people are deathly afraid of public speaking. So congrats on not being cowards. But what are you deathly afraid of?
I have trypophobia. I'm really scared of holes. Like when I see honeycombs, they really freak me out.
Honeycombs.
No, they get me.
Thousands of people, you're good with honeycombs. Even the cereal?
Cereal? No.
Deathly afraid of balloons. I hate them. Yeah, they get, like, my palms get sweaty, the sound. I always think they're going to pop, and my daughter loves them, and I hate them.
Speaking on camera, for sure. But the classic, I am a arachnophobe.
Roaches. You're not friends. There was one in my dorm the other day, and it was terrible.
But was it a flying one?
I'm not sure. In South Florida, they fly, but I go to school in Georgia, and we're not sure if it was going to fly. And then it crawled into one of our closets. It was a lot.
I'm afraid of, like, oily textures. Like oil, or like cooking oil or whatever.
First time I've ever heard that.
I also hate spiders, especially when I don't see them coming. Like when I walk into my room, I hate spiders.
Do you sometimes see them coming?
Well, if it's from like 10 feet away and there's a spider.
Okay, but maybe they text out beforehand.
Okay. Yeah.
I am deathly afraid of the dark. It's bad.
Okay.
And I live out in the middle of nowhere, so like I park my car in the grasses close to the door and I just run
How do you sleep at night?
with my closet light on.
Okay.
High electric bill.
Have any of you used your supreme debate skills to get something from your parents that you wanted? Oh, yeah. To outmaneuver them?
MacBook. They had told me they were going to get me one for senior year, and then it hadn't. So I was like, when Black Friday came around, I assembled a 3-point pitch, and I was like, hey, so it's Black Friday. The deal's coming. You promised me this in the past. Christmas is on the way.
Oh my god, pretty good.
You bamboozled your parents. It's amazing. What was the moment that what was the clincher that they...
Well, the clincher was just like, well, because I talked about, I mean, you guys, there are some kids who are asking for the same thing, and then there's kids like me who are asking for this and premiering a film at Sundance.
So, I got my dad to buy me a Pac-Man machine. And I like to play an actual classic arcade cabinet, but there's a company that did like replicas, and I explained to him that this was the solution to the kind of epidemic of like phones and social media, and I didn't have a history of it at the time, and I was like, Dad, you hear those kids, you guys are doing all this bad stuff on social media, you don't have to worry. You know, I'm going to enjoy it just like you did. You know, back in the good old days, Pac-Man machines, it's all analog, and it worked. And to this day, it's sitting in my college dorm.
You are so lucky. No, I have actually not. It doesn't work on my mom because she's the one who taught me everything. She's my speech coach. So like, nothing works.
Yeah, I'd say for me, honestly, it's not like materialistic things, but so I could stay out longer. I'm a good kid, and I'm always communicating, I'm texting you. It's like, why wouldn't she love me? But like, stay out longer, but that's pretty much it.
Appeals to empathy. It's smart. That's good. I'm going to use that. So you've won twice.
Yeah.
If you win a third time, you'd set a record. Have you ever thought, man, I really should just let somebody else take it this time?
My parents ask me that question a lot, or my brothers do. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was fair. You know, I was still a high school student. I was still competing, so maybe. I don't know. I sound like I'm trying to take the record from anybody.
No remorse. No remorse, not a shred. You know what? That's what makes you a killer. That's what makes you a winner. Did you guys learn anything about debating, speech along the way, or were you just asleep at the wheel the whole time?
I learned that we don't know. We're so messed up, and these kids are so much smarter than us. Truly, they're so much smarter. We have gotten so far in the other direction. We can't listen to one another. We can barely communicate with one another, and they're just so much better than us. So I was constantly learning things.
I learned that they are a lot smarter than I am. Better spoken, of course. But I also learned that their coaches are extraordinary. Yeah. And that was a revelation. And I thought I knew teachers, but these teachers are mind-blowing.
I don't think we had any idea the power that Josh Gad had in this world. And when we were casting and doing interviews, and we'd be like, what was one speech that you looked up to the most? Everyone would be like, Josh Gad, hua, Josh Gad, Josh Gad. And it was just like, he is a legend in this world. Yeah. And so I do think that makes total sense because he is so beloved in speech and debate.
Do you guys have a favorite Josh Gad movie other than Frozen, please?
Sorry.
The one with Kevin Hart. You know, the wedding? Yeah. And love that.
I thought The Comedians was great. It's not a movie, it's a series. Yeah, Billy Crystal. And yeah, he's amazing. Everyone here should go home and put it on their to-watch list.
So you are all clearly the next generation of leaders here to fix everything that we already screwed up and everybody before us. But what do you say to people out there that feel like it's hopeless, that there's no coming back from where we are as a country, as a world, climate change-wise? Obviously, all of you care about a lot of very important issues to humanity, just broadly spoken. What do you say to those that aren't perhaps as optimistic as you guys who are fighting for that?
Go out, go to, I don't know, any sort of public event where there's young people and hear what they have to say. I think a lot of people assume that, oh, they're just like playing Block Blast on their thong. It's like,
Why not true?
but I mean, evidently, we all have things to say, right? And I think it's really important for people to acknowledge that, and instead of just like, no, they're kids. Like,
I agree. Like, I feel like people just need to watch the film.
No.
But there's also a perception out there that teenagers don't do anything and we only care about sneaking out and going to parties. But I just want them to trust. Like, we want to make a change, and we're learning and we're growing and we have a voice and we're not scared to share it. Just trust us.
Yeah. Out of that note, I guess something to teenagers is that this thought kind of gets tossed around that advocating is the end of our journey, and it's really not, right? The dominoes of change don't fall just because all these people are speaking about a cause. So always take that next step. Go out. You matter. Whether it's spreading a word on social media, or whether it's attending protests, or whether it's fundraising, like the change happens because people who are already doing something to help decide to do something more. And this applies to any issue that you care about.
Yeah. I think I also just think about that really corny quote, but it's like, it's really special. It's like there's always, you can't have a rainbow without a little rain. So we have to experience that rain, and then we will bring that rainbow. Like us kids, we're a powerful generation, and we're not afraid to speak out. People need to, prepare for Gen Z to really get out there. And I would just say find joy in the little moments. I think there's so much joy around. Like, there's a lot of bleak things happening, but like even just being here and finally meeting we've all competed against each other, but now we get to know each other outside of competitive states. Like, there's joy in that, right? Despite what's happening in our socio-political climate right now. So I think there's a lot of joy in just hearing like our laughter and going to Wendy's together. Like, there's little things that make so much more than just everything that's happening. So find joy in the little moments.